Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
How is your week going?
Week is going awesome. I'm having a great day.
Super exciting.
Yeah. I just like spending my week taking care of the little fires and then preparing for next month and the month after. So I try and do that every day.
When are you going to do the podcast of your, like your actual client calls? All the craziness that I hear. That's what people really want to hear. And name boring. Names. They want you to name names.
Okay, never. How's that? No, we have. I try and every day. I know that there's going to be some kind of thing that pops up with malware or something like that. And yeah, some days it's 3 or 4 or 5 sites that have been compromised.
I can't wait to hear. It seems like that is in the news constantly of these hackers or whatever. They pirate somebody, they steal someone's information, and now they're pay me $1 million in Bitcoin or else. And
ransomware is tough, man. You better make sure your data security. If you're a law firm or a dental office, anything that deals with sensitive data, you best make sure your data security plan is in place. So if it's not in place, you can expect to be shut down pretty much, because ransomware now you can just buy off the rack and test your local dental office on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's terrible. But I didn't want to talk about that today.
All right. Well, I'm going to write into our.
I'm not a data security
local
expert.
No, but I'm sure you have some anecdotes that some cautionary tales of what companies have done and how they're going to. So anyway,
stay tuned. Next episode, I'll prepare stuff.
I'll write into the Facebook page. Hey, Adam.
Thanks. Hey, we got this crazy message. All right.
This idea.
So today we're going to talk about service area businesses. And in that service area business, first, what is a service area business? Do you know, Jamie?
A plumber?
Yeah, it's a plumber. It's anyone that goes out into the area that they serve to do some kind of work on, a business or a home. Those are service area businesses. However, we're going to focus on ones that have their address hidden. So these are service area businesses that are generally run out of their home, but Google gives them the ability to hide their address. And so we have clients that come to us like this, and they're like, hey, we're not ranking. Is it okay for me to put all of the city names that I serve in that Google panel? And will that help me rank in those areas? And they always have that question. If I write my city name or that city name, will it help me rank in that city? And guess what?
They have no idea.
They have no idea, but also simple answer is no, they don't. It's not going to help you rank in those areas. If you are in a service industry that has absolutely no competitors for cities around you, then yes, you will, because you're going to be the only choice. But if you have competition in those areas, somebody searches for locksmith near me or locksmith in my city or just locksmith, most likely you're not going to be in the top 3, much less the top 10 or even the top 20. That's kind of a little hidden kind of thing about Google is they prioritize brick and mortar businesses over service area businesses.
And ironically, Google is what? A brick and mortar?
No, but the idea is, hey, a brick and mortar is going to have more longevity, more trust. And so unfortunately, when companies come to us and they're like, hey, we have our address hidden, our first recommendation is you're going to have an address, a physical address. And that can be at your warehouse. That can be anywhere. It can be at a virtual office, as long as it's set up correctly. It cannot be, a mailbox, etc., or something like that, or a UPS store. So the other thing about having all of your cities listed in your service area. I know that you want to say, I service all of my state, or all of, the whole county. And you can write that down, that's fine. But understand that the larger your service area is that you write into that pane, that panel, the more competition you're introducing into your space. And so when that happens, most likely, if you're in any kind of industry with any competition, you're just going to be out of the top 20. And so it's just a waste of your time. Sorry. That being said, you can rank in those areas. You just won't rank on Google Maps. You won't be one of those top 3 or businesses with the stars next to them. You might be on the Google search results, which is kind of for the rest of this, I'll tell you how to do that. Okay.
Yep. Ready.
Any questions so far, service area business wise?
No, I think it makes sense. Could you even narrow down to the neighborhood?
You can only narrow down to the city. So you can do in that Google pane, that panel, you can choose cities or counties.
Okay.
Just make sure that it can't, unfortunately, like I said, with the nature of competition in whatever industry you're in, if you're a financial planner, it'd be awesome to rank, if you're in a little town with nobody and you're bordering on to a big city, then guess what? You should get a virtual office over in that big city. Being the king of your little town, not a good way to go about it. It doesn't matter. If that is acting as a lead generator for your business, it's not going to work. So big city is best. Okay?
Yep, that makes sense. It'd be great though.
Yeah, well, in a land of no competition. So we definitely have clients who come to us and they have no competition for the keywords that they want. And so, yeah, we can rank them far and wide. We can rank them all over a state, basically, if they have absolutely no competition. So, but that's not for most. Most businesses have competition. So that's the way it goes. All right. So either way, you want to do this if you have a brick and mortar, and actually for every business, you want to do this. And that is every city that surrounds your city, you want to have pages, or you want to start creating pages of content about that city. So things about their parks, pages of information about, their any kind of public land. Those aren't going to move. So like schools, parks, universities, city offices, those kinds of things, definitely you want to write about. So include information about the history of that city. Anything to make that page valuable to others will help you rank in that city. So it won't help you rank in the maps, but it will help you rank in Google search. So that's definitely what we recommend for any service area business or brick and mortar for that matter.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it. Yeah. If you're in a big city, say you're in like San Antonio, it's a giant sprawling city. Then instead of doing the cities around there, you want to focus on neighborhood by neighborhood, community by community. So if you have
that's what I just said earlier.
Yeah. Well, this is if you're in a big city. So if you're located in one of those unincorporated parts neighboring that city, it's going to be tough to get business out of that city. It's just going to be tough. But if you're in that city, in one of those specific neighborhoods, you want to start writing content about your neighborhood. And that could be about churches. You want to pick things that are kind of unique to your area. So not like a Jamba Juice, but, like a Jamba Juice. Or whatever.
A Jamie Juice, what?
Yeah, or whatever shake place is there. Anything that's not, that's been there for more than a few years. That kind of thing. So what you're trying to do is build geographic relevancy. And so Google last month, so actually in November, they came out with another update that focused more on proximity. And that means how close your business is to that searcher. And so how do you kind of signal to that proximity test? How do you signal to that test that you're a good result is by having a lot of articles around your area. So it could be your neighborhood if you're in a big city, or it could be surrounding cities if you're in a smaller city. So that will signal that you are geographically relevant, and that will then result in your rising higher in the local rankings.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I like that, because then you could potentially get your business more located, attracting the results that are near you. Because not just San Antonio, but like city like San Francisco is very spread out, and it takes an hour to get from one side of the city to the other. So
So maybe your customers don't want to travel that hour, but definitely the ones in the nearest neighborhoods will. So adding content about those neighborhoods, most likely your competitors aren't doing that. So that's awesome. That's a really good way to outrank your competition. So as always, it's best to fill out everything in that Google listing, that Google business page. You want to make sure that everything is filled out as much as you can. Don't over promise. Don't put your service area as North America. I've seen that so many times. And when you do that, you might as well just say, forget it. You're not going to outrank anyone doing that. It's too vague, and there's just too much competition. So don't do that. Okay.
Yeah, that seems pretty all straightforward.
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got. Woo!
All right. Well, good job. Looking forward already. I've been doing some ransomware searches before this podcast, but exciting. Anyway, if you have an idea like me for a future podcast, make sure to message us on our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, or our LinkedIn page, also Local SEO in 10. If you have a question about a current podcast or previous podcast, go to magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then there's a little magnifying glass where you can search that topic to see if there's a podcast that we have already discussed that topic. I bring up topics to Adam already all the time. He says, "Oh yeah, we talked about that in episode blah blah blah."
Whatever.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
I did.
So it's and then make sure to rank, review, give us thumbs up, 5 stars wherever you're listening to this, and share this podcast with a business owner who may be struggling with their results on Google, or they're actually doing great on Google, and maybe this will help them refine their results.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.